live behind the arc. Kenny, talk about the value of being able to hit the three consistently in today's game.
Well, before, back in the day, so to speak, it was just a tool you use. But now it's a very important tool to have in your toolbox, because now teams can't gear in on you. It spreads the floor. It makes defenders chase you all around. And there's not a lot of big guys. No more Shaquille O'Neals in the NBA. So you could play small ball.
I don't picture you as a guy who even has a toolbox.
You know what, Ernie?
I bet you can't fix anything around the house. I bet you're just like me.
My handyman,
yeah,
555-1212. He has the toolbox.
You know what, Ernie? At my size, I wanted scorers to come through me. It was two guys I hated playing against: David Robinson and, of course, Kenny's teammate Akeem Olajuwon, because they could spread the floor. They would make me have to go out and defend them. But, in this game, all the big guys, they have to move like guards in order to keep up.
You got a toolbox?
Of course I do.
What's in it?
It's called Shaq and Decker.
Sorry I asked. Let's get down to Kevin Harlan with the call.
Another endorsement.
It's nonstop.
Live from Los Angeles, we proudly bring you the Clippers at the Staples Center. The Warriors are in the midst of a road trip going into this one. And, of course, Tayshaun Prince, a new phase in his career, playing today as a Golden State Warrior for the first time.
I'm really excited about seeing how this team is going to evolve since the trade. He's the guy that can end up being a key player for him down the stretch.
No doubt about it. There are some guys you win with and some guys you win because of it. And when you look at him, though not a superstar, he's the type of player that they've been missing and can really, I think, help this team come together.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. Setting the floor for the Warriors, we've got Rudy Gay. Olynyk is out there with Favors. Then there's Kobe. And it's Rose in at the point, and so it's the Warriors getting on the board first. Lee sets a screen for Collison. Off target with his three. A strong season from Darren Collison cut short last year. Greg shut down at the end of last February.
Yeah, he had that issue with his hip, and that kind of ended things for him in what had been a promising season. A shame, since he was having the best of his career to date. There are those who wonder if Gordon Hayward can lead a team to the promised land. However, as just a sophomore, he led a non-powerhouse college to a championship game. So, in fact, they were just one basket away from winning it all.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Going back to Hayward, he took that buzzer-beating half-court shot, Clark, that would have won his school the championship. You actually called that game, and it did hit the backboard and rim, but unfortunately did not go in.
Well, Hayward's the kind of guy who's willing to put his team on his back and try to carry him. He's willing to take that responsibility on. Whether he can deliver at the highest level, time will tell.
And he gets the bucket.
A lot of times in the first quarter, it will dictate how big a role a player has later on.
Collison kicks to Lee. The drive by Collison. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. That's just inviting trouble.
Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Plays it up and banks it in.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
And the wide open shot from Rose. That's good, and it's Bryant with the assist. And it's 6 points for Rose.
You're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Now, here's Vucevic. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against San Antonio.
Yeah, but the rebounding in that game as well was just tremendous. He dominated the backboard.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense. Excellent feed from D.C., Darren Collison.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Down low, here's Olynyk. Powered down after the assist, led him into the lane.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Collison against Rose. Kicks it to Vucevic. The shot will not go. Great D that time from Favors. Here's Kobe, and the Warriors tack on 2 more.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Collison, no good.
You know, he can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. If the defense offers just a little bit of resistance, he doesn't take it up quite strong enough.
Rose with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Warriors leading by 8. Gay drives in. And there's Kobe. That's good on the assist by Rudy Gay. And that's now 7 points for Kobe Bryant. Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a win against the Trailblazers in Portland.
And they tailored a fantastic, I thought, offensive game plan. And that when, I mean, they knew exactly how to exploit the holes in that defense.
And exploit them they did. I mean, they exposed them tremendously. They kept so much pressure on the defenders over the course of that game that the defense really never had an answer.
Rose against Collison. Vucevic is screen on Rose. Collison score the basket, his third after 5 shots.
And guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability in post-game interviews and pressers. He said all the right things and deflected praise like a coach who had done it for many years.
Clippers trail by 11. Over to the left wing. Here's Vucevic. The shot's good. Collison making the play. Vucevic has got his first 2 points of the night.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
Rose dishes to Olynyk. Here's Gay, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Gay's got his first points in this one. Collison against Rose. Vucevic is screen on Rose. The drive by Collison. Vucevic. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Misses the easy stuff.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took.
Outside Rose. Traps in the tray. Rose has got 9 points.
And the defense is in disbelief here. Triple after triple.
When that happens, you simply just hope they start cooling off.
Now here's Collison. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against San Antonio.
Yeah, not to mention the 4 big steals on the night, getting after it. Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. There's Lee with the 3. Here's Vucevic, laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Vucevic has got his second basket of the night.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only... Oh!
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this
Look at the
is
D
early stages
getting
of a blowout.
exposed.
Well, we've got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has
Right
been
here.
pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
And the shot's good from Nene.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
And a slam dunk by Favors.
And I like the job they've done with working the basketball. They've been moving and getting quality shots.
And, Greg, their field goal percentage reflects that. I mean, they've been the much better team shooting the ball. And you know me, shooting percentage, always a function of shot selection.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Guys, I caught up with Doc Rivers for a minute. He said that their defensive focus, no surprise, will be trying to keep Derrick Rose out of the lane. He added, you know he's come a long way as an outside shooter, but he's a pick-your-poison type of player. We can't let him get into the paint. Makes sense, Kevin.
All right, Doris.
Boy, I tell you what, Nene is a man among boys down low. Remarkable physical power. And he's also got a tough mentality about him. Just a real rugged individual.
And he makes the first. And getting back to Nene, an obvious inside player with great impact. He looks and plays like a man possessed. Yet through last season, Greg, he's never averaged as much as 8 rebounds a game.
And, you know, his true value is measured in intangibles at times, not just on the stat sheet. He does all the dirty work so others can shine.
Wow, the new player on my team I traded for at the deadline, before the deadline. Prince
Los Angeles calls
in Kentucky,
timeout.
2003.
And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And, Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
Picked by Humphries. Collison kicks to Afflalo. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got 4 assists in the game. Kobe against Afflalo. Outside, Kobe. Beverly against Collison. 5 on the clock. And the foul on Chris Kaman. That's his first foul.
Man, it's close.
Should you draw a
but,
foul?
Didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Here's Beverly. Drills it from outside.
Ooh, shoot it right out.
Beverly's got his first 3 points of the game.
The inbound
Timely
pass.
passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
And it's Kaman missing.
That was a good rebound right there, but they haven't been very strong on the glass so far.
Clark, a little disparity there in the rebound numbers, but some of that comes down to how the ball bounces. Let's see if it evens out.
And here's Bryant for 3. Again, the miss by Bryant. Clippers trail by 13. Collison with it. Guarded now by Prince. Collison, the pass to Kaman. In the corner, Afflalo with it. Kaman a screen. Afflalo goes in. Misses off the left iron.
Very tough when you have that good of a look. The defense caught a break there because he missed.
Now here's Collison, the fast break opportunity. Pushing it up. And he gets it to go.
Well, they need those kinds of plays right now. I mean, smart defense generating some offense.
And really, Clark, that's the way you get yourself back into the game. Key stops and then try to get out in transition for some easy.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
And guys, for Nikola Pekovic, NBA scouts said he needed work on his shot coming in. Yet he's money from mid-range at times, especially at the charity stripe. One of the best free throw shooting bigs we have in our league.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Okafor's checked in. And back to Pekovic at the free throw line. Clark, he has consistently been around 75% for his career.
And Kevin, last season he got that number up to 84%. And he also gives you really good effort in the paint on both ends of the floor.
Got that one up quick. Beverly's got 5.
They're really struggling defensively, giving up too many easy buckets.
A great point. Really an embarrassing performance defensively, and the coaching staff can't be happy.
And stolen by Pekovic. Here's the break. And that one's good. Beverly. He's got 7.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Picked by Okafor. Off the screen. Goes back up. And it's good on the layup.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
Warriors leading by 15. Prince outside, launches it. And it's Humphries with the rebound. Los Angeles has gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. Collison dishes to Humphries. The feed to Okafor. The jump hook. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Okafor's got his second bucket tonight. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, it makes it tough for the defense to chase that ball around when it moves that crisply all over the court.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
Yes, fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word, but just kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that perception. I mean, multiple players have received fines for flopping on their roster. I mean, you can't run away from that, and the fans remember it, too.
Oh, they do, yeah. Picked by Gallo, goes in. 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And they've been ordinary on the 25% from the line.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
Warriors leading by 13. Outside Bryant. Hayward against Prince. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Prince has got his second bucket of the game to go. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Warriors ahead, up by 15. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
Clippers trail by 15. So on the floor for Golden State to begin the second quarter. Favors is out there with Rudy Gay. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Kelly Olynyk. And it's Rose in at the 1 spot. 6 to shoot. Collison kicks to Afflalo. The Clippers need to get off a shot, and he gets it to go. And it's 6 points for Nene.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Launches a 3, and it's Beverley missing. And Los Angeles guys shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Collison, no good.
You almost have to assume that open.
From downtown, and it's Beverley missing.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Vucevic trying to get open. Lee gets the bucket.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
There's Rose with the 3, and again, no good by Golden State. The Los Angeles Clippers, they come into this one following a loss to the San Antonio Spurs.
And the effort down the stretch, those final few minutes of regulation, you know, that's what they needed, but they were burnt out in the overtime.
Yeah, that's a good call, Greg. I mean, there was a little bit of a letdown for them in OT, and that can happen after you expend so much energy just to force the overtime.
Lee kicks to Nene. Collison against Rose. Outside Collison. Lee outside. Again, the miss by Lee. Warriors leading by 13. Here's Rose, and there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Outside Rose. Favors with the screen. Rose against Collison. The 19-foot shot, and Favors gets it to go in on the assist by Rose. Rose has got 6 assists here tonight. Clippers trail by 15. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Derrick Rose, unbelievable spirit. We know about his toughness, has fought through injuries of all kinds that might cause a lesser competitor to hang up his sneakers.
And competitor, that's the word, Kevin. I mean, he was impossible to outcompete at the high school level, the college level, and now in the pros.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
And, you know, back to D. Rose for a moment. He drives the lane now as hard as he did before the injuries. It's a level of fearlessness that only a few guys possess. And it's not teachable. You either have it or you don't.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nene. Warriors ball. And here we have the 2K leaderboard showing us the teams with the best free throw percentage during the past month. The Warriors, number 1.
Kevin, I'm absolutely amazed. I mean, their production at the line has been spectacular. I mean, it's been unbelievable. Well done by these guys of late.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Outside Rose. Favors with the screen. Rose with the ball. Picked up by Nene. Can't make good off the screen.
And, you know, back to D. Rose. He grew up in a brutally dangerous neighborhood on Chicago's South Side. Some of that fearlessness, that competitiveness he exhibits was learned early on out of necessity.
He dishes it to Gay. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got his 7th assist here tonight. Clippers trail by 15. Collison, the pass to Lee. Nene against Favors. Now here's Collison. Tight defense on him. 5 to shoot. Fires at the elbow. And he overshot that one, missing.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at him.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And, Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Picked by Vucevic. There's the triple. That doesn't go either for Collison.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
Afflalo outside. Here's Nene. It's rebounded by Derek Favors. Favors has got his 4th rebound in this one. Count that one. 15 points for Derrick Rose.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
And he gets the bucket.
Heads-up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Warriors leading by 17. Passes it to Favors. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Nene. The Warriors have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And, guys, I'd have to credit the work they put in at the free throw line to practice this season. I mean, because they have noticeably improved since a year ago.
Chris Kamen's checked in for Nene.
And Coach Doc Rivers wears multiple hats for this organization. Not only is he the head coach, but also in charge of all basketball operations, really the leader in a lot of ways for this team.
And that one's good. Kamen's got his 2nd basket. Golden State's got nothing but zeros from long range in the 2nd quarter. 0 of 4. From deep, Rose. The shot is off. And the Clippers will come the other way.
In the first quarter, he was killing them from outside. But he can't get it going here.
Collison, good. Warriors leading by 15. Everly with the ball. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Trailblazers in Portland.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
Here's Collison. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. Gordon Hayward's checked in for the Clippers. Kobe's checked in for Golden State.
Man, you talk about a guy that's bounced around the league since he's been in it. Darren Collison. I mean, he's played on 5 different teams in his first 6 seasons, and has been a contributor and an impact player on all of them.
And Gay with a clear path to the hoop. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Vucevic dishes to Collison. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one. For Darren Collison, played a career-high 35 minutes a game last year. Seemed to help him find his rhythm, Greg, on offense.
And his coach had confidence in him, and boy, did he deliver. Unfortunately, though, Kevin, that hip injury shut him down after 45 games, but a positive season for him to build upon nonetheless.
The pass to Vucevic. The jump hook, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Vucevic has got 8.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
The shot by Hayward, wide open. Another one falls for the Clippers. Timeout called the Warriors.
And guys, Courtney Lee, now having completed 7 full seasons, very much the same guy now as he was entering the league. A 3-and-D prototype who will most likely never be a plus playmaker.
Chris Humphries has checked in for Vucevic. Golden State also making some changes. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Kelly Olynyk. Evans comes in for Derek Favors. And Tayshaun Prince subbed in for Rudy Gay. Kobe against Lee. Shot clock at 5. And Bryant kicks to Evans. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
The chance here to see where the Clippers sit in the NBA statistically right now. 3rd in steals, 11th in free throw percentage. And they're ranked in the top half of the NBA in points off turnovers. I mean, they're not a stellar defensive team, but they do a pretty good job of turning turnovers into points.
And you look at all those steals. I mean, they play an in-your-face aggressive style of defense. Even advancing the ball can prove to be a challenge, and they tend to feed off of that.
Came in a screen on Prince. Hayward's got space. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Talking about Courtney Lee, you know the ball handling and court vision are suspect, but you don't care because he's provided solid defense on the wing, Clark, and he's hit over 40% of his threes last year.
And he's also one of the best free throw shooting 2 guards in the league, Kevin. And last year he and Conley were out of sight at the end of games. That's a wonderful combo to have, 2 great free throw shooting guards late.
Yeah.
Screen. They set the screen from 20 feet out. No good from Lee. Warriors leading by 13. To the paint. It's deflected. Outside Rose. Prince, that's for 2. Yes, and it's Rose.
Yeah, you can ask me a question.
6 points for Prince. Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Rose against Collison. Hayward. And again, it's the Clippers missing. The Warriors shooting 64%. Beautiful all-around play by this offense. Bryant passes to Rose. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Prince dishes the Rose. And the shot is good. Rose has got 17.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Offensive rebound. Here's Kaman. Just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances, but came up empty.
Boy, they're trailing in this game, and they're starting to settle for jumpers offensively.
Yeah, it could work, but I wouldn't take that approach, Clark. They should be fighting their way inside for better looks.
Collison kicks to Humphries. Kaman a screen. To the paint to halt the run. The rebound by Pekovic. Pekovic has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Kobe can't hit.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Humphries the pass to Lee. Nailed from 3-point land. Lee's got 11.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up.
Yeah, but there's going to be a part where you have to play like a certain amount of games.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. Last time they met was in Los Angeles, where they beat the Clippers.
Yeah, and last time they faced off, really an easy win. They put together a pretty complete game, but their edge on
There's only like 8.
Still stands out.
Yeah, I agree with you. The numbers shout loud and strong. I mean, a major edge for them clearing the backboards, and that was the difference on the scoreboard, too.
And the Clippers making a change here. Okafor's checked in. That'll be a 5-second call.
And let's take a moment here to see some of the numbers for Bryant. Averaging about 23 points per, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Yeah, you just plug him in. He's a flat-out scoring machine. When you plug him up, let him go.
Here's Lee. He's got 11. Again, the miss by Lee.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Kobe with it. He's picked up by Lee. It's Prince on the wing. Wants to get it to Rose, and does. Back to Prince. Pass to Kobe. And Pekovic kicks to Prince. Just 5 on the clock. Kobe goes in. Can't hit from in close.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Okafor dishes to Hayward. Rose with the block. And it's the Warriors on the break. Here's Evans. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Evans has got his second bucket of the night. Clippers trail by 18. Collison, the pass to Humphries. Picked by Okafor. Lee outside. The second chance effort. The offensive rebound. Warriors shooting it quite well. 52% from the field in the second quarter.
You know, that's hard to explain that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more.
I thought they already deleted online.
Aaron Aflalo, who's checked in for the Clippers. And Golden State also making a change. Beverly's checked in. 27 seconds left now here in the second. Aflalo, that's good.
Love the play there on the inbound. The defense lost contact with him, and he knocks down the triple.
The high post shot. And it's Beverly missing. LA's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Lee kicks to Hayward. Plays it up and banks it in. Hayward's got 4 points in the quarter.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Prince, that's for 2. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And so that's the end of the first half. Warriors lead by 13. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. I'm here with Derek. And Derek, what are the most important things you've done defensively tonight to help your offensive approach?
Contesting their shots. They're a great three-point shooting team. We were just contesting and getting out and run. That's our favorite thing to do. Get out, run. We got big second run, shooters on the floor, so open the floor up a little bit.
Derek, always explosive in transition. Thank you. Kevin?
Thank you so much, Doris. Great interview as always. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball shortly.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Welcome to the Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Derrick Rose taking care of business in this one. He ended up with 19 points, 9 assists, and 3 rebounds. Hey, big fella, what's your take on Golden State so far? Kenny, what's your take on the Clippers?
Well, the perimeter D is just too loose. I mean, there's no excuse for letting the team rain that many threes on you.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. A fantastic game from Derrick Rose in this one.
You know, we talk so often about making your teammates better, and his ability to see the floor and then make those passes on time in that first half was the key.
Boy, I tell you what, they say he's not a playmaker, but he certainly has fooled me with the way he's performing right now.
Collison is out there with Lee. Then it's Hayward. Then there's Nene. And it's Vucevic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout, just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers. And as good as Vucevic is on offense, guys, he's doing everything he can to catch up on his defense. Huge size and wingspan works to his advantage, although the subpar athleticism hinders him a bit. But, for example, he's averaged less than 1 block per game for his career, mostly because even though he's a 7-footer, he plays well below the rim.
Well, and to Vucevic's point, big problem throughout his career, Clark, has been getting into foul trouble.
Yeah, it's tough. He's aggressive and sometimes out of position. Coaches are asking him to be aggressive, but he has to learn how to do that without fouling. That's the next step in his progression. And some of it is anticipation, so you're not in position to foul.
That's good. And that's 15 points for Collison.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
Olynyk sets a screen for Kobe. Gay can't get it to go. Clippers trail by 12. Lee dishes to Collison. Rose with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Poked away. Kobe with the steal. And now Kobe running the floor all by himself.
How about the quick hands on the steal?
You can just enter your email and
on the break.
Yeah, careless, silly
just enter your
mistake
email
there,
and
though.
pass. I think your password, and that's it.
Not being quick enough to get back
It'll
on
say
defense.
something, and that's it.
And a foul called on the shot.
Say okay,
On the way up
and
that time, so
click
he'll
on my
shoot
career.
two right here. And Nene, a guy with an incredibly
Then
strong
go
start to
through
his career
whatever
in Denver, the first
story
Brazilian
card.
to ever be
You can
selected
simulate
in the first
through it.
round.
I don't
Voted,
know.
as you may recall, to the NBA All-Rookie team.
Yeah, and came
If you
into
want.
the league
And then you
just
get to
a
the
tremendously
full
raw
season.
talent. Really developed faster than a lot of
You can
people
look through my career on my
expected, but what
YouTube
has been
channel,
the
see
case
it.
for him is the injury bug. I
So I'm
the
playing
knee,
on
the
full
foot,
seasons
shoulder,
now.
Achilles, you name it, he's had it, and it's hindered his
Without the
career
whole
significantly.
8-game stuff where you get.
That's a very good point.
No, that's really what's happening.
He misses the free throw.
In the beginning, you
Yeah,
play
know,
4
going back
games
to
in the
net,
first part,
14 years,
8
he's been able to
games.
suit up for roughly
I think 4 games in the
65%
second part,
of the
then 8
games.
games.
That's
and
tough on
you
the
play.
team's continuity
That's the whole
on both ends
my
of the floor.
story.
Injuries have been a part of that, though, and
No, my career
oftentimes
story part.
those are beyond the player's control.
And the rest is just playing the full career, the whole season stuff.
He's off on the second.
And you know, guys, the thing with Nene, he helps you in so many ways when he's in there. He's hard to back down in the post. He eats up space. Tough to get around on picks. He has the toughness that champions are made of.
Last season, Kobe with some thoughts on the development of U.S. players last season. Felt that the AAU system, Clark, was problematic.
And I would not disagree specifically in this regard. Too much focus on playing games and winning versus skill development.
Hayward kicks to Vucevic, and count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Derek Favors.
And with Kobe, who's just so skilled, that critique holds water. Kobe felt that Europeans came into the league with more of a skill set because they learned how to play the game a little bit more collectively than the American players.
Pick by Vucevic. To the middle. Sweet move. The Clippers have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10. And the first one drops.
Looking at the game for Hayward, 9 points, and he's added a steal to his stat line also.
You know what? The number is not huge, but he has been doing some valuable defensive work for them.
Hayward hits them both. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Stolen by Collison. Here's Lee. It's rebounded by Golden State. Pekovic has got 4 rebounds in this game.
You know, for Kobe's statement, it's hard to measure something like skill with metrics. I mean, you look at shooting and free throw percentages, and there isn't too much of a difference between U.S. and European players.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Derrick Rose has certainly piled up the awards for such a young player, starting with Rookie of the Year, with 111 first-place votes to only 5 for the runner-up. We know about his MVP, and that just shines out so brightly for him.
And how about he and Michael Jordan, the only MVPs in Chicago Bulls history?
Clippers trail by 15. Collison kicks to Nene. Here's the screen. Dishes to Vucevic. Nene, the screen. Nene with the screen on Rose. 4 on the clock. The drive by Collison. Oh, that's blocked. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. He's got the ball.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
Collison with it, out guarded by Pekovic. And pushing it up is Golden State Warriors again in transition. No coverage that time. 16 points for Rudy Gay.
3 straight hoops in transition now. They'll want to end that trend in a hurry.
Yeah, no excuse for giving up the easy fast break baskets like they have. They've got to do a better job of engaging there.
Nene into the lane, up and in on the layup. Nene's got 8 points.
You know, looking back to Rose's MVP award, his stats were on another planet that year. He was only the 3rd player to record 2,000 points and 600 assists in a single season since 1973. The other 2, LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Lee passes to Collison. Lee sets a screen for Collison. The Clippers keep it alive. Vucevic, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe.
Well, I don't think it would be a bad idea, Kevin. I mean, they could use all the second chance points they can get.
Collison dishes to Hayward. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
Clippers trail by 15. Here's Collison. He's got 15. And it's Vucevic missing. Gay kicks to Rose. Now the dish to Pekovic. The putback, and Bryant slams it in.
Was there any doubt what he was going to do with that putback? Flush it down.
Oh, that's some energy we just witnessed right there.
And that's the kind of energy you have to display when you want to attack that offensive glass.
Lee passes to Vucevic. He kicks it to Collison. Vucevic setting the pick for Collison. And he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick. Collison's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
In the corner, it's Hayward. Launches a 3. The Warriors pull it in. Gay's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Puts one up from 19, and the jumper falls for him. Gay's got 20.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
Collison against Rose. Outside Collison. Feeds it to Vucevic. Little turnaround. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Vucevic has got 17 now.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Pass to Olynyk. 3-pointer. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. And that'll be the 3rd of the 4 straight at home. That's good. And that's now 19 points for Vucevic.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Big step last year for Vucevic's offense, Clark. Unstoppable at times, both on the blocks and facing up.
Vucevic is a real outstanding future all-star front quarter. Rebounds at a high rate in traffic and out of his area. Finishes, faces up. This kid has a lot of upside. I really like his game.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Chris Kamen's checked in for Vucevic. Okafor comes in for Nene. And it's a Flalo in for Courtney Lee. Kaman a screen. Fires for three. That's good, and the Warrior lead is kept back down to 13 with the basket coming from Afflalo.
And talking about Vucevic's development last season, he's also had the highest assist average of his career. He's a good decision maker on the floor, knows when to take it himself, and knows when to kick it to cutters and spot up shooters.
Collison kicks to Hayward. Shoots the three. And it's Gay with the rebound. Warriors leading by 15. Inside and stolen by Kaman. And here's Collison. 17 points in the game. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Misses the fadeaway inside.
You know, and getting back to Vucevic, I mean, he's at an age where he may only get better. Averaged nearly 20 points a game last year after averaging only 14 the year before. That was an incredible leap in production, and I think it's one that'll continue.
Kaman kicks to Hayward. Here's Okafor, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Okafor's got his third basket of the night. Gay right side. He feeds it to Prince. The rebound by Okafor. Okafor's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Deep 2 from Collison. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Collison's got 19 points. Golden State's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. Gay kicks to Olynyk, tries to save it, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Kaman.
And now a chance, Kevin, to see how the last month has fared for the Clippers. 3rd in steal, 11th in field goal percentage. And they're in the top half of the league in shooting from deep as well. This is a strong suit for this team, knocking down those shots from behind the arc.
And you look at all those steals. I mean, they play an in-your-face aggressive style of defense. Even advancing the ball can prove to be a challenge, and they tend to feed off of that.
Hayward on the wing, defended by Beverly, takes a 3. Hayward can't hit. Warriors leading by 13. With a floater, and it's Beverly missing.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, I mean, deterred them from those plans.
The Warriors shooting a stellar 60% since the halftime break. Favors can't get it to go. The Clippers shooting well, 52% in the third. They came to play offensively in the second half. And that one's good.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Wasted no time on that one. And it's now 22 points for Gay. Beverly against Hayward. On the wing of Afflalo. Afflalo with another miss. Warriors shooting around 60% on the night. Amazing work offensively so far. Offensive rebound. And that one's good. Beverly.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Hayward goes in. It's deflected. The dive for the ball. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession.
And looking now at some numbers for Rudy Gay. The past month has been surreal. He's putting up about 21 points per, 5 assists, and 6 rebounds. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
You know, the scheme just seems to run much more smoothly when he's in the game because he knows where everybody is at all times. Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Offensive rebound. Evans battles through traffic and lays it in. Evans has got 6.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Okafor with a screen on Prince. And stolen by Prince. The finish. Prince down the breakaway slam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
We've seen a lot of silly plays like that out of them today. Just way too many.
And so here is Golden State. Bryant, that's for two. And it is good.
Oh, the buzzer beater.
Wow. Woo-hoo-hoo, Kevin, they're firing on all cylinders. That shot caps a nice run going into the final quarter.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit. Will make it tough to come back. Warriors ahead, ending the third quarter on a 12-4 run. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Here's Kobe. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Rudy Gay is out there with Favors. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And there's Bryant. And it's Pekovic in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Gay. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Warriors.
You know, one of the big stories has been the 3-ball. It's been a key part of their offense throughout the game.
Yeah, but also they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Golden State. Lee dishes to Vucevic. The Warriors pull it in. Pekovic has got 6 rebounds in the game. Bryant passes to Gay. Some nice passing by Golden State here. And the dunk by Olynyk.
Boy, that was a violent throw down there.
You're telling me.
I mean, it's almost like he doesn't like the rim.
The Clippers shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. Picked by Vucevic. Lee kicks to Hayward. For 3. Good.
And it seems every season we see a player try and play through an injury. Sometimes it provides a boost with heroics, but it can lead to serious damage long term. It's a common practice we see, and some guys are pretty cavalier about it.
Here's Kobe, and the layup is good. Kobe's got 21.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Lee, a screen on Kobe. Off the screen. And it's Vucevic missing.
Good little 2-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
The Clippers have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Here's Afflalo. Here's Nene. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
You look at what Nene has done so far. He has 8 points and a pretty good rebounding performance from him also.
In fact, he's been terrific in terms of his positioning and boxing out very well also. Just battling hard on every possession.
Darren Collison, he's checked in for the Clippers. Derrick Rose is checked in for Golden State. Kicks to Pekovic. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
They set the pick. Picked by Lee. Collison dishes to Vucevic. And stolen by Pekovic. Oh, and here comes Gay. All alone. He was all alone on that one. And that's now 21 points for Derrick Rose. And Clark, they've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, I think so. Too cool. I mean, just not forceful enough. Not alert or aggressive enough. And sometimes trying to do too much with the basketball.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
Kevin, he's been a bright spot in what's otherwise been a little bit of a struggle for this team.
Here's Olynyk, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam? Good. Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket?
Double team on Rose. Bryant, that's for 2. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
That's tipped, but they get it back. And it's good. And that's now 21 points for Gordon Hayward. Warriors leading by 22. Rose attacking. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
What a game for Rose. He's got 21 points, and what a game he's had passing the ball, too.
I love the fact that he plays for his teammates, really spreading the ball around, getting everyone involved. And the thing with Kelly Olynyk, he does some stuff that really helps you, and some also that will hurt. I mean, he's highly skilled. He's got the deep range, textbook positioning in terms of the post. A lot of tricky moves down there, yet he has a hard time being effective against great athletes, which the NBA is filled with. So he's going to have to evolve as a basketball player if he wants to be effective.
And Courtney Lee gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Offensive rebound. The Clippers have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Here's Nene, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And he bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right there for sure.
Yeah, he'll take those all day.
Well, and back to Kelly Olynyk. As a coach, you have to identify the matchups where he can be effective because Clark is against explosive long-limb guys. They'll take advantage of him.
Yeah, they will, but in the right matchup, he's effective. He can help. He makes 35% of his threes, has done that for the last 2 years, and I think he gives you some toughness and rebounding as well. I like him as a second-unit player.
Here's Kobe, banked in off the glass. Kobe's got 25 points.
They've done a terrific job of getting offensive rebounds and then converting those here in the second half. I mean, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but they've turned them all into points.
Nene, the pass to Lee. Now the feed to Vucevic. From 6 feet, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Vucevic has got 15 points in just the second half. Passes it to Pekovic. It's good. This time the assist from Rose.
His ball distribution tonight just as good as it gets.
Yeah, it sure has been. I mean, all you have to do is look at the numbers. There's no line in those totals.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Wide open look. Here's Gay. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Nene's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Hayward. No luck. And Golden State will come the other way. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Nene, right side. It's deflected. Outside, Kobe. Gay, that's a 2-pointer. Nice shot from the wing. Gay's got 4 points in the quarter.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Picked by Vucevic. Deep 2 from Collison. And the Clippers miss again.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
Here's Vucevic. It's deflected. Rose against Lee. Stolen by Collison.
Well, we all know how loud NBA arenas can get. I mean, last season there were some accusations thrown around that it wasn't all organic. I mean, some players felt as if some of the NBA crowd noise was artificial.
Now here's Bryant. Gay outside. Inside. And it's Rose. This time the assist by Rudy Gay. Gay's got 6 assists here tonight.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Lee kicks to Hayward. Steps back and fires. Good as the jump shot falls. Hayward's got 15 points in just the second half. And in an era where so many guys take the money and run, Gordon Hayward did the best he could to live up to his new contract. Clark last year, a 4-year max deal signed heading into last season.
Yeah, and the way max contracts work nowadays, even the upper mid-tier guys are getting them. A trend that will probably continue, at least in the near future. I don't like it, though. There are only a small number of guys that are really max contract players in the NBA.
Derek Favors checked in for Nikola Pekovic. Here's Olynyk. And Lee pulls it down. Lee's got his 7th rebound here tonight. He dishes it to Collison. Hayward left side. Here's Nene. Bank shot. No good.
And when you get back to Hayward, last year his points per game were way up. But really impressive, his shooting percentage. His shooting percentages were way up. That's a big step forward, I believe, in his development.
You know, on the topic of whether Hayward is a true max prospect, he did some things last year to at least argue that he is. He was stronger, a lot more aggressive going to the rim. His defense improved, too. He'll need another year of development like that to silence the doubters.
Here's Vucevic. That one a little long. Warriors leading by 23. Rose kicks to Gay. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the wide. It could be a 3-point play.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
And no question, G.A., Rudy Gay is one of those guys who has always put up great numbers. But in 9 seasons he's been in the league, only one playoff. Only one. Count him, one. Back in 2012.
Yeah, but what if he were still in Memphis, though, Kevin? I mean, that's one of it. Sometimes it's not always your fault that you're not getting there.
True.
You got to play on a good enough team, and he hasn't up to this point. So, yeah, he's had his moments of inconsistency and will disappear at times. So there's some shared blame there as to why he hasn't been more consistent when it comes to the postseason.
Oh, and the jam by Rose.
And I love that the instant that steal was made, they were out in the open floor.
Ball pressure leading to the run out. Man, it doesn't get much nicer than that. That is sweet, sweet stuff.
Hayward can't hit.
And, you know, back to Rudy Gay, he's a tremendous all-around talent. Physically, instinctively, skill-wise, he's got it all. Except that consistent winning touch, that remains to be completed.
Rose kicks to Favors, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
That's what I like, a nice, strong finish inside.
That's what he does. He's got that dunker mentality.
My goodness, physicality personified right there. Able to just go up and finish over the biggest defender. And thinking more about Rudy Gay, one key number I look at from last season, his assists. By far the most in his career, and that didn't translate into a ton of wins, but it very well could have been the next step toward getting those wins.
Collison dishes to Nene. Rose with the double team. Nene the pass to Collison.
Oh, look, league business clearly doing well. Franchises, values are skyrocketing, and a new TV deal kicking in next season as well. It represents the largest expansion of league revenues in history. Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Warriors.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an in-seat. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. And so checking out their season record, this game will become their 45th win.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with.
Greg, they've got one more game left against them, and there's no doubt they'll use this as a jumping-off point to take another game off them later in the year. At least that's the plan.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Derrick Rose. He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
And the NBA's TV deal paying about 3 times as much per year as the previous deal.
And it's changing the math as far as the salary cap and contract negotiations go. For the fans out there, don't get sticker shock. The players expect to share in these revenues.
Well, guys, they came in here and really took charge from the opening tip. This is such a tough thing to do for a visiting team. This contest was played on their terms.
And, you know, that's not the way it usually works in the NBA. It's going to be a great win, and you know it's going to be a happy plane ride out of here for sure.
Afflalo, no good. Down low, it's deflected. Humphries with the steal. Now Nelson. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Rudy, what a great performance, and one where you seem to be in on almost every play. Tell us what you're thinking when you're playing with such command.
When the ball's in my hands, I try my best to put my teammates in a better position to win the game. And today it worked, and tomorrow might be somebody else, but today it was my day.
Rudy, thank you. Terrific job. Kev, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Derrick Rose. He led the way tonight with a double-double and was a major reason why they won tonight. His effort and intensity gave them the boost they needed.
He was an artist with the basketball tonight, guys. Just a ridiculous amount of assists for him in this game. The way he moved the ball around the court, making sure everyone had their hand in the offense, was superb. That's how you play the point in this league, ladies and gentlemen.
We saw Rose explode tonight. His dual threat ability, being able to score or pass equally well, man, that puts him on another level.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.
be the end of the stream. If you liked it, make sure you leave a like. Comment what you like. Any questions, concerns, suggestions? Leave them down below, and I'll answer. Reply to the comments and questions, suggestions down below. Also, if you want to share it around, do so, because I really appreciate it. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. And share my channel around with friends and family. Anyone you think would like this kind of unique content. Hit that post notification bell for more, so you could stay up to date with this unique content. And have a great rest of your day. I love you all. Stay healthy, stay vibrant, stay wonderful. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out, Amsters. Bye-bye for now.